Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again, man, with another Lala story. Y'all already know the count, man. Lala story, man, can go either way, man. But this is part one of Lala story right here, man. But I got a title for it this time, y'all. We're going to call this story right here, He Kicked Us Out the Car. It's a crazy situation right here, man. But sometimes this happens, man. But I can remember being on Lawrenceville for this one, y'all. And 30 building is the building that we're in. And it was crazy because, man, y'all already know, man, the Lala be having people acting crazy, man. Y'all already know how I love the Lala, man. But sometimes, man, the Lala gods will answer my prayers. And somehow I'll end up in a route, man. Y'all already know I'm the route king, man. Y'all already know how it happens, man. It just happens, man. Ask anybody that know me. You be like, you know Weezy? Yeah, Weezy will get into that money a little bit. You know what I mean? I want a kingpin, man. But, you know, I touched a lot of the Lala in there at one point, man. But in this particular moment right here, man, was me and my homeboy Troy, man. My homeboy Troy wasn't actually from Norfolk. I'm not going to say where he was from, but he was definitely a homeboy of mine that I knew from Sussex too. So now that we on Lawrenceville, man, me and him both have the same type of dreams, man. That's just to have as much Lala as possible, man. And the reason why I had rocked with Troy, because Troy was just like me. We both used to get aggravated when we didn't have the Lala. We didn't have the Lala. We didn't want to talk to people. We didn't want to do a whole lot of things when we didn't have the Lala, man. That's just how it go. But I understood, man, that, you know, sometimes being patient, man, your time will come, man. And that's how it used to always happen for me, man. It would just fall in my lap. So I can remember one day me and Troy went to the child hall, man. We was going to the child hall. We was walking. And, you know, after we passed 50 building, we got to kind of like, you know, where I told y'all the intakes be at, and you can see them in the window. So it's like we're in a line to get into the child hall. And as we was waiting, we seen a dude coming from medical. Now, this dude coming from medical, I never seen this dude in the compound before because, of course, he was on the other side of the yard. Now, with him being on the other side of the yard, you know, it's a lot of people that's on the other side of the yard that I never saw before because they be in their own world. Like they ain't going to school or they never been on the outside of the yard that I never knew him. But this particular dude, man, we're going to call him Cam. Now, Cam was a dude that was from the same place as my homeboy Troy. Now, these two at first, Troy told me that he never really liked dude. He told me about this dude before I even knew who he was, before he walked up. But he was coming back from medical. And him coming back from medical, he has to walk past our pod because we're in line to go into the chow hall. The dude came in there walking up. He walked up. I seen how he was talking to Troy. Troy dotting him up. They was having conversations. They was kicking it. Now, I'm in the chow hall waiting to go in here and smash this chicken patty game, man. I actually brought me a squeezed cheese over there and a mayonnaise game, man. And I'm lit off the Lala, y'all. I'm about to go over here and smash. Me and Troy just finished hitting Feezies. We was hitting 2 free. We was on our second Feezy before lunch. You know what I mean? So we both lit up, but we just waiting to go in here and crush this chicken patty. But I see bro talking to the dude Cam, you know what I mean? And I see him holler at him. So while they talking, I was in line behind. He was like, yo, Weezy, hey, look, man, this bro Cam right here, man. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this Cam? He like, yeah. Like I played it off like, yo, that's what's up. Like, you know what I mean? Like he said good things about him. But I remember when Troy first started talking about this guy, he didn't really like this guy. You know what I mean? Now, things have changed from time to time. You know, like if you have street beef or you something going on, a lot of times you from the same city. A lot of times people let that stuff go. You know what I mean? While they inside. But that's just how I go, man. So they was acting like they was cool and cordial for the most part, man. So I dapped bro up. Everything was good. Introduced myself. Me and bro going to chow hall. We start crushing the chicken patties. Now, while we was in there crushing, that's when he came out and told me. He was like, yo, he was like, man, you know the dude Cam, man. He was like, look, he trying to get over in our building. You know what I mean? He was like, because it's a lady that he, you know what I mean, that he be talking to. I ain't gonna say this lady name. We're just gonna call her Miss M. He was like, it's a lady that he be talking to, man. He was like, matter of fact, man, I think he be at Miss M. He was like, he ain't told me who yet, but I'm thinking it's Miss M. I'm like, Miss M? He like, yeah. So I'm thinking about Miss M. I'm like, Miss M is not even the type that bring the jank, that bring the pack, but it be those ones. Those be the ones, man. So He was like, yo, bro, he got that joint, you know what I mean? He trying to get over to our building. So that's what he was talking to me about. He was trying to get over to the building. So I'm gonna try to get him on. I was like, that's what's up. He was like, I'm gonna try to get him over here. So me and him talked about it for a little bit, then we went back to the building. So we went back to the building, like I seen how bro was doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the administration still was in the building, you know what I mean? And on the compound, it wasn't late like that yet. So he was really pushing to try to see if he can get bro over here. First, he hollered at the old dude that's in 32 part that worked for the counselor. He went and hollered at him. And then after he hollered at him, I seen him go into the actual counselor's office and said something to them. Then he left from out the counselor office. Then he went to go say something to the unit manager. So when bro finally came back into the pod, I was like, man, bro, I was like, you really trying to get bro in here, bro? Over. He was like, yeah, man, for real. I wish I could get him in our pod. They said ain't no room in our pod. So they just gonna move him in the jet. So they end up moving bro over to the building, man. He ended up making it to our building. He made it over to the building because bro was trying to get him over there. It took about a day, 2 days at them. It took about 2 days, and he was over to our building. So when he got over to our building, they moved him in the opposite part as us, which was 31 part across from us, man. So the whole time he was over there, man, like, that's when you seen kind of like he was trying to get with the lady, you know what I mean? So you would see him talk to Miss M. They would have conversations. Like I was seeing them sometimes, usually when we coming back from rec or when we leaving the building as a pod or something like that. That's when you would see him down on Miss M. Now Miss M won't all that. She was kind of big lady, you know what I mean? She had big boobs, you know what I mean? But she was one of those big ladies with a flat booty for real, man. I ain't gonna lie. She looked like a bowling pin in the body. That's my word, man. But at the end of the day, if she gonna bring that pack and we ain't matter, y'all, so boom. She can be shaped like a freaking zucchini. Long as she bring that la, man. You know what I mean? We talking. So, like, at the end of the day, I felt like if Cam get her to bring the pack, then he gonna look out for bro. Then bro gonna be straight. Then it's gonna be more la circulating. And that's all I care about at the end of the day is the la. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But nevertheless, bro was putting it down. Bro was hollering at the lady. He's doing what he's supposed to do. So I said it took about a week of him just getting to the building, getting himself straight and seeing how 30 buildings ran. So he finally got comfortable enough. I guess he finally asked her to bring the package. So bro hollered at her, I guess. So I guess when Cam hollered at the lady, like he went back and hollered at my homeboy. So when he hollered at my homeboy, that's when my homeboy came back and hollered at me. He was like, yo, look. He was like, man, listen, man. He was like, yo, the dude Cam say, man, he can get Miss M to bring the pack. He was like, but it ain't about the money. He was like, she said it ain't about the money. You know what I mean? He said she just trying to like basically like, you know what I mean, get something from her peoples. Like she don't want to get it from where she got to drive and meet people. She don't want to go meet nobody. You know what I mean? So this was a different avenue right here, y'all. This wasn't me trying to get them, you know what I mean? Yo, go meet my peoples and I can get in the car. Like this junk sounded a little unorthodox. I was like, so she want to get it from her own peoples? He was like, yeah. He was like, look, she'll bring the la in from her own peoples, man. So he was like, look, that kind of messed bro up because bro had this. Cam said his situation was getting the la. He can get the la, but she don't want to get the la. She wants the bread. So he was saying that it won't really bout the bread. Like, you know what I mean? And that was speaking as far as it won't bout the bread for her to go see somebody where we live at in Tidewater. You know what I mean? So when he told me that, I was like, man, like for real though, bro. So I was like the money. So I really didn't have no money at the time, like on hand, like, you know what I mean? Like I can get some money, but I didn't have none on hand like I usually do. So I was like, so what's the play though? Like, what she talk about? He was like, man, like for real though, man. He said, man, we can come up with $500 then, bro. We can get in the car. So I'm like, $500? He like, yeah, $500 we can get in the car. So I'm like, all right, that's a bet. I'm like, all right, so what you gonna get? He was like, I'm gonna try to run down 250. You can run down 250. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, can a black man dance? Of course I can run down 250, y'all. So boom. I got on that phone immediately. Cell phone game. Went to holler at my man because I don't have a jack at this moment. I went to go holler at my man and hopped on the jack. You know what I mean? I'm on the jack, holler at my peoples, man. Hey, look, man, I need you to loan me 250, man. I'm gonna get it back as soon as possible, bro. But look, I gotta play with a roller. You hear me? I got the wheels rolling, bro. All she need is the bread. Me and my man going half, bro. Then we in the car. I'm gonna be able to shoot you back 2 times that. My homeboy was like, nah, this send me back to 250, bro. But look, I got you though. Like, just make sure. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, that's a bet. My man always come through for me, man. So I was happy about that moment. I was happy about that I already had ran down my 250. Now it's time for bro to run down his 250, man. Let's see what he can do. So I don't know what phone he had got on. I don't know if he even used the phone. I don't know what was going on. All I know is he disappeared for a while and then he pulled back up on me. When Troy pulled back up on me, he was like, yo, look, bro. He was like, look, man, I only can get 200. I was like, 200. I was like, I got 250, bro. He was like, look, man, he got to take the 450 then. he got to just take the 450. So I'm like, well, look though, bro. I said, man, do he know that you let me know that we going half on this? Because I don't like surprises, bro. I'm like, look, when we doing, I said, Troy, look, we cool. I said, bro, when we doing business on this Lala, man, I don't like surprises, bro. So like, did you explain to him that you gonna go half? He was like, nah, not yet. But he know that I rock with you, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't from where we from. But like, he know I rock with you though, Weezy, man. Like this business, like I'm just trying to get the money to pay the lady. You know what I mean? He said we pay Miss M, then we straight. So I'm like, look though, if we giving Miss M 5 cents, how much Miss M gonna bring though, bro? So he was like, look, we all just gotta come to the round table. He was like, we're gonna talk outside once I let him know, you know what I mean? If I can let him know what's good. So I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So bro dipped off. So we had outside rec coming up. So he told me to come outside because he was gonna go holler at Cam. So he told Cam to come out too. So when we went on a yard close to the 50 building, that's the yard we was on. So we was out there, me and him started walking laps. Then we seen Cam finally come on the joint. We all started walking laps. So as we got to like the end of the yard, probably like in the back part, we lit up a Feezy and started hitting the Feezy back there. And we were just chilling at first. And I was just waiting for bro to, you know what I mean? To let him know what's going on. But he was like, he was procrastinating. And he finally was like, oh, look, man. Hey, Cam, look. Man, you know Weezy, my dog, man. Hey, look, man. Weezy came up with 250, man. Is that cool? He was like, I mean, like, what you got, though? Did you come up with some money? He was like, yeah, I came up with 200. So he was like, you only got 450. Y'all got 450 all together then. He was like, yeah. That's all we got, bro. I was like, well, look, though, bro. I said, listen, man, I ain't trying to really like step on nobody's toes. I said, he asked me to get this. I said, bro, if getting it means I can't be involved, but I still get a piece of the situation. I said, bro, listen, you can use the 250, bro. Like I said, but don't look at it like bro just kind of like told your business or whatever the case. I said, bro, listen, I'm just trying to get in the car. That's all I'm trying to do, bro. He was like, listen, I get it, man. But at the same time, though, bro, like, you know what I mean? I just want to be trying to have my business out there. I know he rock with you. I said, bro, listen, understandable. I'm the same way. I said, but at the same time, though, bro, like, you know, anytime a roller comes about, bro, and it's talking about Lala, bro, I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to be involved, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was like, yeah, that's what's up, man. He was like, I'm with it. He was like, but look, though, I'm gonna have to try to talk around that we $50 less. So I'm like, so what's the play, though, bro? I'm like, so you didn't put nothing in? He was like, he looked at me like that, like that was a stupid question. I was like, so you didn't put nothing in? He was like, but I had to put something in for. I got the roller. Now I knew that, you know what I mean? But I just was making sure, like, yeah, you ain't, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I ain't had to put nothing in. I got the roller. I said, true indeed. So I said, look, we got the money. You got the roller. I said, what is she bringing? That's the next question. He was like, what is this 50 Cent 21 questions, Weezy? I'm like, bro, listen, I don't know if he was joking or what. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I'm just trying to find out what I'm about to sign up and get into, y'all. So boom. Pause. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's the play, bro. Like, I'm putting up $250, bro. $250 don't grow on trees. And if it did, you wouldn't have to use us for it. So I said, bro, I'm asking proper questions, bro. What did you talk about? Lala's involved, bro. How much she's going to bring? He was like, man, she said she's going to bring a QP. Said she going to bring us a QP for the 500. I said, so we got to split 4 zips 3 ways. I said, so that's what we doing. He was like, I mean, y'all won't have? I was like, bro, listen, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't got no 250 if I can't get a gap. Like, I want a gap, bro. I don't want a percentage, bro. Like, I mean, you can do better than do you, my guy. I said, nigga, I need a percentage, bro. He was like, all right, I'm saying, all right, look, this the play though. So when he said that, Troy was like, look, bro, like at the end of the day, we all need each other, man. He was like, look, man, we know you got the roller, but you need me to get the money. He said, I couldn't get all the money, so I need Weezy. So Weezy got half of the money. So we got the money, you got the roller, bro. Let's go ahead and put together, bro. Let's get it together, man. We're gonna keep striking. Let's just split everything, man. So he started thinking about it. He was like, so we all get a onion a piece, and then we all split the next onion. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's what we gonna do, bro. Everybody get a zip. And then we all got the next zip. You know what I mean? He was like, it makes sense, man. You know, I just was trying to keep my business to a minimum. I said, bro, your business is to a minimum, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. All you got to do is say, bro, is this a go or not, man? That's all I need to hear, man, is you going to let us in the car. He was like, yeah, I'm going to let y'all in the car, man. I'm going to let y'all in the car. So I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So we good. So I give bro the numbers. You know what I mean? I give bro the numbers. Troy gave him the numbers. So everything was straight. Now I'm feeling like doing the la-la dance on the ball field, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling like doing the la-la dance out there, y'all. So boom, you feel good after you complete a mission, but at the end of the day, you still got to see the mission get complete. But still, though, I'm feeling like, yo, this is a good mission right here. So a little time went on. He never gave us a time period as far as when he was gonna get the package. But I used to holler at Troy anyway. I really didn't holler at Cam, even though all 3 of us was in this car. So I used to tell Troy, like, what's going on? Like, not on like worry, but a day I went by, I'm like, yo, so what's the verdict? When he was like, yo, just give it a couple days, Weezy, da, da, da. I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So through the time of me giving him a couple days, I end up talking to my man that's over in the same pod as him. And my man told me that the dude, Cam, got a poker habit, man. He has a poker habit now. Dudes have poker habits in prison. Like it looks bad because it's like people can see you. People can see like how your lifestyle is. People can see if you're a freaking loser or a winner. People can see if you're going to give your whole freaking box away to the poker game, y'all. So boom, it's right there on display. You can't hide from nobody in the pod. Man, I promise you, man. He was like, yo, listen, as soon as bro moved in, man, bro lost everything, man. He was like, bro lost like $80 his first day in the pod. He said then after he lost that in the pod, he went and stole box and got back in the game and lost that. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? So I'm like, he down like that? He was like, yo, bro, he's down. He was like, but I ain't saying he ain't gonna pay. You know what I mean? He was like, but at the end of the day, though, bro, he's a gambler. So I'm like, yeah, though, bro, like, you know, like, bro's supposed to be in a little situation with us, though, a little something. You know what I mean? I was like, but yeah, gambler like that, hope that don't, you know what I mean, get in the way of the play. So my man was like, I don't know if I'm getting in the way of the play, but he was like, but for real though, like he kind of like a bad gambler though, bro. That's why I'm just letting you know. So I'm like, all right, go back to the party and tell Troy about it. I'm like, yo, what's up with your man, bro? They saying, bro, a bad gambler. You know what I mean? Da 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 da. He like, yo, I don't know what's up with bro, man. He was like, man, bro, cool though. He like, man, listen, bro, long as he get to work, ain't gotta worry about nothing. He gonna give us our gap, bro. You already know the count. I'm like, that's a bet. So I felt like I ain't had to worry about like just because he gamble and loses, he's not gonna be able to pay the bread. So I kind of, you know what I mean, dismissed that a little bit, dismiss that act a little bit. So another couple of days go by. That's when he popped up with the pack. So bro pop up with the pack, man. Bro got the pack. Bro pull up. Bro like, yeah, man, got the jump, man. Look, man, y'all got to come to my pod if we can break down because I don't want a 229 over in y'all pod. I was about to say, damn, bro, your bitch working. What the fuck you mean you don't want a 229 over where we at, bro? Like you want us the 229, but nevertheless, okay, all right. So me and bro went over to his pod. We broke the law and went over there. We went over there, even though it's nothing to do. We went over there and we broke down. Bro had all the work, man. It was crazy walking in his cell, seeing that 4-way laying right there, man. That man had a 4-way, man. You hear me? It was a 4-way, man. And it was like the zips were separated. So like it felt good seeing that man walking in there, man. I felt like doing a la-la dance again, y'all. So boom. But we got to do this right fast, break down, and get back to our part. That's the main goal. So as we all breaking down, everybody talking like, yeah, bro. So as we breaking down, all you hear is, hey, Cam, hey, Cam. I'm like, yo, who was that, bro? Like, who was that at the door, bro? What's going on, man? He was like, oh, hey, who is it? Dude, like, yo, such and such. He like, man, I'll be out in a minute, man. He was like, all right, man. I was like, oh, you got coming to your door, bro. We in the joint. We got a whole QP in here, bro. What are you doing, bro? I'm talking like a real pothead. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? We got a whole QP in this chain, bro. He like, man, you good, man. Just keep back. I'm like, man, come on, man. So we breaking the junk down. So now we done broke down. We got our zips. Now we got to break down the fourth zip. So we all in there messing with that. Another knocking door. Hey, Cam. Hey, like, yo. I go to the door. I'm like, yo. You like, yo, Cam in there? I'm like, yeah, we busy, bro. Yo, all right. What's going on here, man? He was like, nah, you good, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, what's going on in here? He was like, man, them dudes right there, I owe them dudes, Weezy.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.